What the hell is that? Who is that in the middle, dude?
This guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you invited him.
It's a Special Olympics week.
Oh, okay. What's happening, Big T?
Oh, not a whole bunch. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
We did. I did. I don't know about Nooch.
It was okay. Can't complain.
He's
Got a
been
lot
pretty
of
bad this year.
I
I
think he
was
got a
good.
shirt with a bass guitar on the back.
He was blessed.
The one for Christmas, yes.
He was blessed. Anyway,
You
all I
ever you
know
ever
is
want to you ever want to find out what key the band is playing in? See what the bass is
that's
playing.
right. That's a fact, Jack. You ever want to know what tempo? Check with the bass player. The drummer does,
Yeah,
Yep.
one chicks are talk to the guitarist.
or the lead singer.
True.
Anyway, I play guitar too, by the way,
Okay.
and I sing. So there you go. Yeah, we got a special guest. So when we were doing the audio, we had Herb with us one time. Remember, it was
Yep.
Fish and Nooch and Herb. And but this is the first time since we started doing video that we have a special special guest. We got Big T with us, y'all. I
Yeah,
thought
we do.
earlier in the afternoon he was going to be filling in for Nooch because Nooch was like, "Oh, I can't talk. I'm sick," because he drinks bad beer. But his voice is hanging in.
Beer is available.
He drinks what's available.
I drink better than that.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, okay.
So Nooch asked me what we were going to talk about. I said the first 5 minutes we're probably going to shit talk. So here we are, shit talking. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna go
can't.
ahead and y'all shit talk for a minute. I'm gonna pull some stuff up because I want to get to the portal and the retention. You remember a couple of podcasts ago I said there's like four things. There's retention, there's who you lose, who you keep, that's retention. And then there's a transfer portal. And of course, we already went over the high school recruiting in a podcast. So we'll start with retention and then we'll go to the portal. And then we're going to hit the bowl game, LSU versus Baylor.
Yep. Be a
But
good one.
y'all go ahead and shit talk for a little bit.
Yeah. So hey, T, you started thinking about who your man crush for baseball is gonna be this year? You can't
You
say
know,
call it
I
yet. But
I talked to Turk the other day and was asking him about it. And I mean, all I did really was ask him what he thought the team was going to be like, and he seems to think they're going to be really good. Be
contenders.
honest with you, you could offer me $1,000, I couldn't give you a name of anybody that's on the team. I hadn't thought that far ahead yet.
That really doesn't surprise me.
I know.
I mean, hell,
Baseball thought is not really his strong point, Nooch. Give him a
no, I mean
break.
during the national championship series, he didn't know what the hell was going on. So not real shocked that you don't know during the offseason.
Yeah, it'll come around.
I mean, you're gonna pick one of those, what was it, those 8-year-olds at the ballpark that were better than Paul Skeens?
You
Oh,
put
Skeens is
words in
doing
my
all right
mouth
too.
now. And
Pretty sure that's what you said.
no, no, I think we were talking about that fat dude that threw a
Oh,
ball in the
Riley
batter
Cooper. Riley
threw a
Cooper.
ball threw a ball in the batter's box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
He threw more strikes in the final than Paul Skeens did.
He
Yes.
did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So let's just roll through this because
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
go
know
ahead.
why I can't pull up the portal, but we'll just start with this. LSU was killing it in the portal. I think
Yeah.
I noticed On Three is who I follow most, but they have a really dumb way of ranking the portal, and LSU is like seventh. But that
Is that
includes,
is that Shay Dixon's
yeah,
gig? Is
yeah,
he with on three?
yeah. And but that includes the people they lose. They subtract from you. I'm like, why would you do that? You know?
Yeah, I think if anything, if you had to grade just from what I've looked at, it almost looks like we've got addition by subtraction because some of the people left needed to leave.
Yeah, I would say, and I think Nooch would agree with this. Now, okay, we lost our two starting. Well, we lost Major Burns. I guess he was star, and then we lost Sage Ryan to the transfer portal. Major Burns he's out of eligibility, but he decided he's not playing in a bowl game. All right, dude, whatever. But I would like to have a safety that has played football before, but beside the point there, I don't disagree with you. We haven't lost anybody that really hurt my feelings, except for maybe CJ Daniels. But then what we've done in bringing wide receivers in, we're good.
Yeah. So let
Not
me ask you a
concerned.
question on those portal rankings. Do they re-rank the players, or because I remember when I was looking at Ole Miss's
Yeah.
class last year, they still had whatever their high school ranking rating was. So like for example, a name we've all familiar with, Denver Harris is in the portal again. He would be listed still as a 5-star when uh, today he's not a 5-star. He was coming out of high school, but he's not today.
So as far as I know, they re-ranked because I know they were talking about like right now, we just got another offensive lineman, kid from Northwestern, interior offensive
Northwestern.
line. He played and started a season at tackle. And then he went to guard, and that's where he really projects at LSU. But anyway, we got that kid, and they said he's the number one remaining offensive lineman in the portal, and then we got him. Prior to that, Braylon Moore was the number one remaining offensive lineman in the portal, and we got him too. So
Right, but what I meant by the rating, I mean,
I don't think
it,
they rate him like star wise. No,
that's what I was curious because being the number one rated offensive lineman in the portal
doesn't
doesn't
tell you.
right. I mean, where is he compared to I don't know, regular guy we got somewhere? I mean, is
Yeah.
better, worse? I don't know because
I
I
can
don't.
tell you this, both of those guys will be starting next year on the offensive line. DJ Chester won't be playing center, but he'll probably be starting unless we get somebody else
It's true
or
because
unless
didn't
one
he
of the
he
incoming
never
freshmen
stepped on
takes.
plateau, did
Which is not a bad thing. And as for Sage Ryan, not only did he leave, but we get to play against him next year. That's
I
even
know.
better.
I know.
he?
Yep. And we got some hosses at receiver, mostly through the transfer portal. We'll talk about the
So
bowl game later because I don't know who's going to play. I think Nooch and I may run out there and play receiver for them during the bowl game, but after that, it's
I'm
on.
already in Texas.
Yeah,
I'm only 2 hours away.
there you go.
I would who was that kid that played for New England Patriots for so long? Was it Edelman? Little short
Gentlemen,
white
yeah,
dude?
yeah,
Yeah, I guess that would be Newt. Little slot swamp rat.
Yeah.
yeah. Nooch would sprain both his ankles within the first 10 yards. He sprained both ankles.
What are you talking about? I'd be on the injured reserve through warmups.
That's a fact. Yeah,
So so with the wide receivers, with me being up here in OU land, I was talking to a couple people about Nick Anderson coming over, and they were like, "Yeah, good luck. He hadn't been healthy for a whole season for us his entire career. So
yeah.
see what that happens." But I like he's a good dude.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
He, yeah. I want to talk about retention a little bit. And I kind of did talk about it a little bit in one of the podcasts, maybe that I did by myself. But I know this is something that the three of us have kind of bandied about at different times throughout this season, in fact, online or me and Nooch and, just chit-chatting. But Harold Perkins is coming back. And
Yes.
that's official now, T. It's official. I've been
Hey, I
saying
was
he was coming back for a month, and he's like, "Hey, I'm not seeing anything official." I'm like,
I
"I'll
was
take it
not
down."
busting. I was not busting your balls.
No,
I
I
was
know,
just
I
like,
know.
"Oh," I was
You
like,
said
great. I
you're
was like,
probably right, but I'm not seeing
I
that
figured
anywhere.
I'd see this everywhere, and like, there's nothing, no, I'm
I
like,
mean,
not even a
honestly,
chirp.
to me, it was he's filming commercials for John Deere on
Yeah,
his NIL, wearing the
when
#7, and
you
I'm
said
like,
that, I was like,
coming
all
back.
right, he's
He's coming
probably
back.
in.
Yeah.
I don't agree with because some guys were like, "Oh, just let him have his moment." He had his moment when he committed out of high school. He's getting paid to play football. Just tell us you're coming, or
Yeah.
don't, or don't come back. Whatever. But talking about Harold Perkins, I remember when he got injured. And Nooch didn't mean this in any kind of malicious way, but he's like, I don't know that it's really going to hurt us defensively. And you weren't wrong. At the
Usually
time.
not.
At the time, you weren't wrong. You usually are. But and then I noticed you, Shane, Big T, on the forum, you put you hope he's back, but if he's not, that's okay. Basically, it is what it is. Well, with that said, here's my feeling on it. The defense is not worse, or I'm sorry, the defense is not better without Harold Perkins. Did the defense play better after he left? Yes. They would have played better had he stayed too. They got better as the year went on. But they did not. We sure miss him against Alabama. I'll tell you that. We miss him against Texas A&M in the second half.
Yes.
When they brought those running quarterbacks in, we were in trouble. And I was thinking, boy, I wish that dude was out there because that's his specialty. His specialty is not inside linebacker, off-ball linebacker. His specialty, he's a tweener like Jacoby. Jacoby
Yeah.
Stevens was like this. He was a tweener, but he played safety. Well, Harold Perkins wanted to play linebacker. Sorry, dude, you weigh 210 pounds. 300-pound lineman will wash you out. However, you're really good at see ball, get ball. And
And I'm hoping Blake Baker with a little bit more time. Because you saw the defense improve as the year went. The more Baker got his hands involved. So I think come next year, hopefully we'll have him sort of in that star position type role.
it's the word on the
And
street.
yeah, and in those games with those types of quarterbacks, that's your job.
Yeah, that's your guy. I mean, all you got to do is go back to 2023 Missouri game. He won that game with that interception.
Yeah.
Impossible interception for a linebacker. But he made the play. He single-handedly won the Arkansas game in 2022. Single-handedly won it. That's a guy that you put him in the right position, like against Texas A&M when they bring in this Reed guy. That's your game changer right there is Harold Perkins, and he wasn't there, and it hurt, and we lost.
He turned the 22 Ole Miss game around for us too. Even
Yep,
Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin said that. Yep. Yeah. So I'm glad Harold Perkins is back. Of course, Garrett Nussmeier's back. I never thought he was going to leave, but I'm glad he is back, especially since we did not land a 5-star number 1 rated quarterback. I'm glad we didn't. I've said this a million times, so I'm not going to beat that dead horse. But you go look at what LSU has done in the transfer portal now that we've got these guys stacked on top 100. Dude, we got 7 or 8 top 100 players out of the portal. Last year we had 0. We got 9 guys out of the portal, 0 top 100 guys. This year, almost everybody we get was a starter on their previous team, and they're all top 100 guys. And oh, by the way, we got
and not a lot of them
quarterback,
and not a lot of them from the Tulanes or West Kentucky State or any of that. It
no P5,
seems to be a pretty
P4,
good haul.
whatever. Yeah, P4 starters is what we've been getting. And that's because Brian Kelly even said this. He said we're going to be aggressive in the portal. And 2-3 days after the portal opens, people are freaking out. Oh no, where's all? Here they are. I don't like giving Matt Moscona a lot of credit, but the dude said it after Bryce Underwood and really after National Signing Day. He said, "Talk to me in a month," and I'll be damned. Hadn't even been a month, and look at how the fortunes have changed. We go from being upset because we didn't get this 5-star quarterback or this cornerback or whatever. Yeah, we got plenty.
I'm a little impressed with. I don't know if it's the collective or what, but surely Gordon McKiernan's not funding
He
all of
ain't
this.
funding this, no.
So, how much freaking money is in that damn collective? Because we seem to be out dueling a lot of schools that I know have a lot more money than LSU.
So this kid, Josh Thompson, this interior offensive lineman that played tackle at Northwestern for a year and then went to guard. Hayes Fawcett, I think it was, or no, it was Nakos, Pete Nakos. big time transfer portal knowledge guy. And when he tweets something out, you're like, ah, he's going to Tennessee. Like, well, that's a done deal because NACO said so. LSU said, nah, hold on. They went and upped the ante, which is what everybody was doing to us for the high schoolers. Look, dude, I've said this. If you want to go spend $3 million a year on a high school quarterback, have at it. I'll take that kid from Mississippi State that started 9 games or 8 games or whatever as my backup with Garrett Nussmeier coming back.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
again, that's why I absolutely hate the portal, because how many NFL teams spend a lot more than 3 million on a quarterback in the first round and
Mm-hmm.
it turns out to be a shit show.
Well, it's usually the Raiders.
Mr. Purple Drank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jamarcus, J Rock. So that's my take on the portal for now. We went a little longer than I thought. I don't know. We're about right there.
Yeah, we
Um,
ain't
yeah, we're not even at 20 minutes, are we?
right at.
So just something about Harold Perkins. I want to bring up one more thing. So we're talking about the LSU spending money. 3 years ago, we don't get Harold Perkins back. And the reason why you get him back now is because, okay, he's got draft ability. He's not going to be a day one guy though, or he's probably going to
No.
be a third round or later guy. Well, when 3 years ago, when there is no NIL and there's no this or that, well, he probably goes. You know, now you say, you know what, we're going to pay you $1 million to stay here or whatever. And I don't know the number that Harold Perkins got. And then in the summer, when revenue share hits, you're getting a cut of $13.5 million, which is about what the football program is going to have to spend or to divvy up. That makes it a lot easier for a guy like a Harold Perkins to say, maybe I'll come back and show him that the knee is good, put some good film out there, and maybe I'm a first rounder next year.
If we put him in the right position,
Like it's got to be, and so talking about that too, and I said this earlier, he wanted to play linebacker. His family wanted him to be a linebacker. They got to trust Blake Baker because
You
Blake
got
Baker has put some edge rushers. By the way, we got a great edge rusher from Florida State, dude that sacked our quarterbacks before.
yeah, with and you got it's that fine line you got to toe. Yeah. If
Yeah.
that's what the player wants, you got to at least give him a shot at it, or at least give the public perception that you did for the next guy and the next guy. And I mean, he had his shot, but at the end of the day, you also got to do what's best for the team.
Well, you got to
And
win games.
yeah, honestly, what's best for the team is probably also best for Perkins because
Yeah.
you come out here and stud out. I mean, man, LSU's got a pretty impressive list of defenders that we've put in the NFL. Just trust the process.
You know what LSU got right now? They got a list of wide receivers in the NFL and the best two quarterbacks in the NFL. What happened?
I don't know.
Where's
I never thought I would.
2011 and 12? Where did that go?
I don't. I don't freaking know. We got a quarterback that's going to win the Triple Crown. A wide receiver is going to win the Triple Crown, and might end up with the top four wide receivers in yardage this
And that's
year.
where it is right now. It is the
I mean,
top
what
four
are
right now.
hey, there's I mean, shit, when we first started doing these podcasts at the beginning of the 2019 season, preseason, I, there's no way we could have foresaw that
No,
this was coming. Not
no.
even close. Like we
Didn't
thought
even
the
know Joe Burrow was any good at that point. He
yeah,
predicted.
I remember saying it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the offense is going to be not crap, but let's see what
Yeah,
level of not crap. And holy
that's
shit, look at
exactly
what
what
we're
you
now.
said. I remember that. All right, so talking about 2019, we had a defensive coordinator then named Dave Aranda, and now he's the head coach at Baylor, and that's who we're facing in the Texas Bowl. The Kinder's, dude. You make hamburgers, you use that Kinder's butter. Ooh, that's
I'll
some
try.
good stuff. I
I'll,
like it. You hadn't tried it?
hadn't never heard of it.
Kinder's is some good seasoning for for burgers. I like my meat church for smoking meat, but yeah, what are you doing? You putting your finger on me, man? But yeah, Kinder's is good. Kinder's Texas Bowl. LSU's played in this bowl game too many times.
Yeah, this is at least the third that I know of.
Mhm. I know last time we played with a wide receiver playing quarterback.
Yeah. Uh, time before that was against Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I knew it was against a great quarterback and we made him look silly.
Yeah. And
But
then Leonard Fournette absolutely went
yeah,
off that
Leonard
game.
Fournette went off in that game. We made a couple of great quarterbacks that went on to be, NFL MVP quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, not in this bowl game, but Lamar
Right.
Jackson made him look silly too
Yeah.
in college. But, LSU's playing Baylor. Here's what I can tell you about Baylor. It's literally the only thing I know about them. They started off 2-4, and then they won their last 6 games. That's what I know. Well, almost all I know about them. I mean, that's good though. When you get a team winning 6 games in a row, they're going to come in confident. But that 2-4 was against the good teams that they played, and the 6-0 was against the bad teams that they played, and that's just the way it is. But the odds makers like them.
Yeah.
They're still in the Big 12, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So, you know, again, I'm stuck in Big 12 country. Arizona, just a little tidbit. Arizona State was picked at the beginning of the year to finish dead last in the Big 12, and they won the damn thing going away.
they're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
off to hear you say Arizona State in the Big 12. It's just so mind-boggling.
It
And
doesn't
in the
make sense.
playoffs.
Yeah. It's just
It doesn't make a damn bit of sense. But
I think
um,
here's the little I know about Baylor. I know Baylor is second in the Big 12 in scoring offense this year, which typically that's a pretty good thing in the Big 12. It's a high scoring league, but they don't really play defense in that league. And
So they're scoring 34 a game, I think, but they're
something
giving
like that.
up like 20. They're giving up like 4 touchdowns a game. Their defense, and that's Dave Aranda.
Yeah.
But their defense is not that good. Their offense is better than. It's funny. This game is our weakness against their weakness, but our offense is our strength overall. But then when you lose, here's the Will Campbell, Garrett Dellinger. Hey, the center's back. Miles Frazier's back, but you lose Emory Jones. So you got Paul Mubenga. I don't even know who was starting on the offensive line. I know we're starting Miles
So,
Frazier, Paul
let
Mubenga.
me ask you this.
Bordelon should start.
Those,
Bordelon will
those
probably at least play a lot if he doesn't start.
the guys who declared, have they officially opted out of the bowl, or are we just going on a strong
That's the
assumption that
word on the street. I mean, look, I
I
mean,
haven't
Will
seen any
Campbell, I'm out.
official it's
I'm
one way
not.
or another.
As far as I know, they're not playing.
Okay. I was just curious because
So
I've been looking and I haven't found anything that officially says they're not.
so what that tells me is a lot of quick slants to Aaron Anderson and not really any deep balls.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, talk about CJ Daniels, Kyron Lacey, Mason Taylor. There's your three of your top four receivers. They're out. So we got Aaron Anderson, Xavier Thomas, and Trey'Dez Green. I don't know. So offense has become the weakness unless we learn how to run block because we got Caden Durham.
It doesn't seem like we picked up on that through
No,
from start
Yeah.
to finish.
no. So offense is now our weakness going against their weakness. And then their strength is offense. And technically right now our strength is defense. Because most of the defense is back except the safeties.
Which like
Braden
T
Swinson and Savion Jones are playing in this game.
good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you for your service, gentlemen, because we're going to need it. But yeah, for some reason, I don't know. I'm not a gambling. I like playing blackjack, but I'm not a sports gambler. But I am tempted to put some money on LSU on this game, and I have never done that.
Oh,
Very
that's
tempted.
I don't just
bad
Don't
juju
do it.
right there.
I
That's a
know.
gree.
tell you, man, there's a reason Las Vegas is that sparkling bright light city in the middle of freaking nowhere desert.
What
It is
happened though? What
The
happened that
smart,
caused
the
it to
smart
go
money
from?
would have been the over on tonight's game because they're scoring at will.
I don't watch
listen,
NFL, so I wouldn't know. But I, I know I know LSU started off as a 3-point favorite, and LSU is now a 3.5 point underdog. What the hell?
uh I mean, look, from what I've always heard, those lines shift as money gets played.
I
So
agree.
I
Again,
don't
that's why I was thinking about doing it because they're begging me to.
is in I learned a long time ago, if something looks too good to be true,
Probably
probably
is. Yep.
stay away from it.
I think I
Well,
learned that lesson last night when I bought a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle for $100.
oh no.
We'll see. We'll see if it happens.
I hope it's Pappy. I hope it's the real deal.
I think I'm going to get a real bottle. I don't know what's going to be in it.
I got some blackberry whiskey for Christmas.
The Crown Royal.
No. And the funny thing is, I've had the Crown Royal and I liked it, and then I saw this stuff because I'm not really a huge Crown fan, but I had their blackberry whiskey. I'm like, that's really good. So I found this stuff and it was kind of cheap, so I bought it. It was kind of cheap. That's another thing you learn. You get what you pay for.
Look, hey,
Anytime whiskey comes in a plastic bottle,
that's
You got some me and some Merc and Jerk.
the worst, the
Some me
worst,
and Jay.
it was bad. It was
no,
bad.
the worst ever was Playa del Carmen, Mexico, in this little grass hut. A guy came in and bought a round of tequila for everybody. This dude turned around and grabbed one of those old clear moonshine shaped bottles with tequila written in Sharpie and started pouring. And I was like, oh, this is not going to end well.
Can't see it. Dang it.
Because you don't have a green screen.
God, dang it.
What is it? Talk to me.
It's you
Tequila?
said tequila, so
Yeah, well, that's what I
it's
thought it was.
it's
Tequila.
it's Addictivo tequila with the extra anejo. That's Cristalano. Oh, it's like candy.
Yeah.
So good.
You're speaking way too much Mexican for being as close to Canada as you are.
You're just as close to Canada as he is.
There's
Anyway,
about there's 4, maybe 5 states between me and Canada.
yeah, they're little states. There's a real
Close-
big
I'm-
one. A real
I'm
big
closer to
one down below you
Louisiana
where
than
we
I
live
am to
in.
Canada.
So the Shreveport's close to Canada. So anyway, guess what my wife just bought me tonight? She knew my size and everything. I wear a size 7-day cruise.
Nice.
You mentioned Playa del Carmen. I'm like, yeah. Now she
I got a bottle of Basil Hayden bourbon.
I think I'm probably gonna pay for most of it, but she put the deposit down tonight. I was like, wow. She whipped out her purse. I'm like, you go, girl. Look me up.
Nice.
We're gonna have a good time. That's actually her birthday is when we're doing that. So it's not till November. I'm smart enough to kind of wait till after hurricane season to go on a boat in the Gulf.
It's football season.
Yeah, I know. But how did it work out for you
What do you mean?
on your cruise that you went on?
I went in May,
Yeah, what happened?
96, and I drank tequila at a grass hut.
Yeah, but what
And
happened about going around Cozumel all night?
dude, that was the most, God, that is the closest to seasick I've ever been in my life. I've never actually been seasick, but we circled Cozumel's an island right off the mainland of Playa del Carmen. You could literally see the island from the beach at Playa del Carmen. And they told us it wasn't safe to spend the night on Mexico, so we were spending the night on the boat. Shit, cool. Boat's been anchored for 14 hours. I figured they would leave it anchored. No, we circled the island all night long in those breakers because we never got far enough away to be out in open sea, just circling in breakers all night long.
You were rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
I was rolling by the end of the night for sure.
So, nobody's got anything else on Baylor? I got nothing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I might have watched some of one of their games early in the season, and I'm pretty sure it was one of the ones you were talking
One
about when
they
they
lost?
started 2-4.
Yeah.
But now, typically, LSU plays at night.
I,
If something's on or a real good game, I'll watch it. But I hadn't watched any of it. Not a Baylor. I
Washington.
couldn't tell you a single player on their team.
Nope.
shit, I don't know shit about Baylor.
Only reason I know their coach is because he's Dave Aranda.
Right, and you rattled off that they won their last six. I think if it wasn't for that, he'd probably be looking for a job next
He
year.
would be. Yeah. He
Yeah,
would
because
be.
his seat was
Well, I say that. I mean, I don't know. It's Baylor.
his seat was on beginning of the year.
Was it? Well,
Yeah, but you see, it
maybe
is Baylor,
yes.
but Baylor has no clue that they're Baylor. I mean, I
They're
actually
like Ole Miss.
worse because you got to realize Baylor's history isn't even Ole Miss's history. So I mean,
That's bad.
they don't realize that they're Baylor.
See, that's what I like about Mississippi State is they know they're Mississippi State.
Yeah, and they're fine with it. They're fine with
Arkansas
it.
even knows they're Arkansas,
So,
and they've had a little taste. They have been to Atlanta.
Yeah. You know who hasn't?
but I guess
Yes.
since Billy Napier saved his job, Lane's probably safe there, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
At least for
he had to run
another
off. He had
year.
to run off Walker Howard because he broke up with his girlfriend, his daughter or something. I don't know. I think Walker was dating Lane's daughter, and then something happened there. Next thing you know, Walker Howard's now at USL with Shelton Sampson.
Hey,
Good deal.
look,
So,
y'all.
Happy for Shelton Sampson. He gets to go somewhere and play. Screw Walker Howard, but Shelton Sampson. I mean, I'm happy. Hopefully he grows into his whatever. He looks like a giraffe running, a baby giraffe running routes. But yeah, he actually had 0 catches at LSU, and it
He
wasn't for
caught
lack of
that
trying.
last game.
Hmm?
He didn't get a catch in that last game.
Shelton Sampson, maybe in the last game, maybe I don't know. He hit the
I thought he
post so fast after that,
Yeah.
but yeah, he that was 5-star
Yep.
out of high school. That's why you don't
so
spend $3 million on 5 stars, dude. That kid that USC got, Jakeem Stewart,
Yeah.
2 million a year. He reclassified. He's a junior in high school age wise, but he reclassified and is graduating early. So he's going to be at USC at 17 years old in California, making $2 million a year. And if that is if your best player on your defensive line is 17 years old coming out of high school, you got problems. You know what that's going to do? It's already doing it to the locker room. Here comes a
Oh,
17-year-old making $2 million a year. Will Campbell was our highest paid player. He was making 500,000 a year.
damn.
but 3 year start.
3 year starter, proven best player on the team. But he didn't come in as a freshman making that. He did come in as a freshman and put up some hell of a numbers. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I was really happy, and I mean this with all sincerity, that Underwood didn't come to LSU because that's just a locker room issue waiting to happen, man. And then
And
Jakeem
that's
Stewart, hell, we went and got this Peyton kid from Florida State. We got Harold Perkins coming back. I think we're gonna be okay rushing the passer. I think we'll be okay.
So I believe so.
Yeah, and just how you mentioned the locker room. I'm really curious to see next year once that revenue sharing starts. How does that money get dispersed?
That's a great question, and I was thinking about that earlier because how much does the freaking women's tennis team get? Or
They get
when
less. LSU football gets 13 million.
yeah,
It's
football
20
alone.
something million in revenue, but LSU football gets 13 point something.
Yeah.
okay, the
They
rest
divvy it up. They divvy it
fight
up
over
based
what's
on
left.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, I saw the numbers. It basically all your Big Ten and SEC schools will be capped at 13.5 for football.
Mhm.
The rest gets divvied up, and every sport has to get something. So every sport will.
That's fine as long as there's a cap. I like that
Yeah.
there's a cap on it because this NIL, there's no freaking cap. And you got
I-
Larry Ellison can come in and just literally buy a player.
Yeah, and that's something that I posted a thread kind of with an idea how to fix it, just because what's happening now isn't going to work. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this revenue sharing won't either. This is not sustainable because that 20, I think it's 20.5 million that LSU now has to send out to athletes. There is no additional 20 million coming in. It's the same amount of money that came in last year when LSU finished little over $1 million in the green.
Yeah,
So you're 19 million in the hole next year. So
we'll see what
you
happens.
increased costs across the board for everything that everybody's
Mhm.
already bitching about, or you got to cut spending somewhere. I mean, there is no additional 20 million there to give to these athletes. They're just getting it now.
So we got about a minute left, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So tonight, it's Monday night. Big T's watching Monday Night Football. I haven't watched Monday Night Football in God knows when. I don't watch NFL. But
Dan Marino was
tomorrow,
probably playing last time I watched the Monday night game.
I don't know. Tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon, LSU is playing in the Texas Bowl. I wish it wasn't an afternoon game because I actually have to work tomorrow. But
Oh,
yeah, congrats. But the bottom line is, I'm going to manipulate something where I can watch the game and I can be on GameDayTigers.com in the chat room. Y'all come check us out. Thank you, Big T, for joining us, helping Nooch through this thing.
We gonna do predictions for the bowl
We
game?
don't do predictions.
Texas.
Okay.
Don't do predictions. Nope. I told you I gave away my prediction, but y'all have a good one. Check us out at GameDayTigers.com. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
You got it, boys. Thank you. Go Tigers.
Yes, sir.